let's see what we got here. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a brief introduction for the JavaScript class. I know a few of you have been a little worried because you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. Yeah, it's a really fast-paced programming class, but like I said, it's going to what I'm going to try to do this semester, I'm going to try to do like a live session or like a web class or whatever you want to call it, a virtual classroom type thing. I'll try to do it maybe like twice a week, and I'm thinking maybe Monday and Wednesday, probably maybe like about from 5:30 to 5:30, 6:30, whatever, when until whenever. So because I'm thinking that'll be hopefully get you guys, while we're doing the things, you'll be able to see, exactly what I'm doing. If you have any questions, you can do, ask the questions live and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'll do it this semester. So it gets you guys, get your feet a little wet. Like most of you have already had Java, so basically that's JavaScript is basically, I won't say baby Java, but it's not as powerful. I guess you can say, well, not to say not as powerful, but it's not as big, I guess you can say, as a Java. You can do a lot of stuff with JavaScript, but you don't have to go through all these hoops and stuff like making objects, making classes on it. No, you don't have to do all that with JavaScript. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna give you a brief overview about the class, and also, like I said, I'll probably do a little live session or something for the first day of class. As you can see over here on the side here, let me get this camera out the way. As you can see here over on the side, you have you have some homework already due on Sunday. I have all of the assignments due on Sunday, so everything is due on Sunday, and I believe everything is open. So if you want to go ahead and work ahead, you're more than welcome to. But the HTML review is basically, for those of you who haven't had the HTML class for a couple of semesters, this allows you to get your feet wet again. So being able to recognize the code and trying to, obviously get your mind right, but try to make sure you understand the code again, so you can get, because you will be using HTML in this class. However, because JavaScript is used in web pages or in websites, you will have to be able to, and this is actually linked to HTML, so you'll definitely have to remember some HTML or do some HTML in this class. So the homework one, that's comes from chapter 1. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I do want to mention, like I said, it does come from the book, but everyone went to the bookstore and saw exactly how humongous this book was. It's actually what they did. See this? So this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this right here, see, I don't know if you may see it or not, but so this is the book you guys actually have at the bookstore. All right, okay. You might be kind of look at that. Yeah, so that looks kind of big, right? This is the book that they used to print. All right, what it is the exact same material or the exact same content in the book. They just printed it, the second edition or the second printing of it. They printed it on thicker paper. so that book, like I say, may look thick, but it's actually about this. Yeah, so this is about this much content in the book. All right, so okay, yeah, see, so it's not that bad. I even had, like I said, I had to even go get the book myself because I thought it was so thick. I thought they added something new to it, but no, it's the same stuff. All right, so also have, like I said, because this is an online class, we go along with the 2 absences type deal. And we have, for your absence, for your attendance, each week you have a quiz and you have your homework. All right, like I said, and you have to do both of them to get full credit. If you only do one of them and don't do the other, you get them half absence, or you get absence. Um, so like I said, it's only you only get two. So like I said, if you miss 1 week, if you haven't missed both assignments, there you get that's those two absences, and you're gone. All right. Yeah. So gonna briefly, go over. That's actually the old one. Has some little bit more different material. I had to get that off. Syllabus. Yeah. I'm actually go down to. I need to go down to part C actually. All right. Yeah, here it is. All right. So, y'all may be able to see that or not. There you go. All right. Yeah. All right. So, like I said, description, study of server side and HTML, client side, JavaScript. We may get, I don't think we'll be able to get to the PHP this semester. However, the PHP, both of these languages are scripting languages, meaning that they're not full languages. So server side is HTML, CGI, and also the client side, which you actually do right there, what the person actually sees, that's the client side. So the person sees JavaScript, but in the background they'll see the PHP, and all that good stuff. All right, course access. Yeah, so I just talking about attendance policy, and you do have the drop ad. Yeah, right here, the stuff you guys want to talk about. All right, there you go. So what we're going, how your grade is going to be calculated. Okay, we do have 4 tests in here. The 4 tests, they're all. I give you an assignment, give you like a programming assignment. You guys do it, submit it to me, and I grade it. I also have quizzes. The quizzes, I think like 10 quizzes, I believe. I think one that goes with each chapter. Not, but they're multiple choice. We can do them. I think I did only one time. I think this semester, or one attempt. Your graded project or your graded assignment, so they're basically your homework, and those are 20% of your final grade. And like I said, there is an assignment for each chapter, and you also have your project. Yeah, so I would toward the middle of the semester, I would give you your project. So I mean, if you remember in the HTML class, I gave you guys when you did your you had to do a proposal and all this stuff. No, basically with this project, I give you the project and you complete the project and submit it to me. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, you can take all of this stuff remotely. Um, the midterm grades. Yeah, whatever we've done to that point. To that point, it'll be what your midterm grade is actually based on. Yeah, course schedule. All right. Yeah. So, well, I got you guys doing 2 chapters. Okay. All right. So, like I said, chapter 1. Yeah, they really mess you guys up. Cause you had it starting on the 5th. What they got said 7 and 8. Old. Oh, scratch that. Leave me alone. Yeah, I had that's actually. I'm like, what? Okay, yes, that's the old schedule. Let me go get the new one. I thought I changed everything over. Yeah, apologize for that. I hope that's it. There you go. Ah, there you go. Now it looks a lot better. I gave out 2. I'm like, wait a minute. All right. Take my formatting marks off. Yeah. All right. Definitely looks a whole lot better, right? All right. So basically, I can do the course introduction. That's what I'm doing right now. Got your little HTML review. It's not very long or not very hard. Just like I said, just some of the basics of what we covered in HTML class. And CPT order and the chapter 1 talks about JavaScript basics. It gets you into telling you how to do variables, knowing how to use arithmetic operators, I think conditional expressions. I believe it's in there. I'm using how to type or how to write to the screen. So you guys use a document print line or system dot print line dot out or whatever it is. Well, we actually my ours is a lot better. It's just document dot write and then you do whatever. Um, so so you'll be doing a little bit of that, and I think even in this one chapter, I think you even maybe no, I think it's in chapter two. I think it's chapter two. They actually get you to a point where you actually start asking the user for information. All right. So yeah. So like I said, yeah, they really kind of sort of mess you guys up on that. Um, but like I said, I did have everything due on the 8th anyway, or on a summer or some no summer Sunday anyway. As we have for you don't have a final exam in here, okay? You just have your project. All right. So you have three tests in here, and I try to have each test every 3 chapters or every 2 chapters. Yeah, midterm grades come out on the 9th. So hopefully we should be able to have up to test 3 up on in your midterm grade. So you should be all right with that. Now, like for this particular class, because it is like I said, kind of like compressed programming class. I would like to get to chapter 10. If we don't, I'm not. Don't worry about it. All right. However, yeah, chapter 10 talks about pretty much why we use. We're talking about objects that you have in Java. Well, tells you talks about the actual quote unquote objects that we have. So you have your system, your dot out, and your screen or whatever. In JavaScript, you actually the objects that you use are actually the screen or that and screen in a web browser. So and that pretty much the DOM actually takes you through and tells you, okay, this is why they say document dot write, because this is the document you're actually writing to, or the actual page itself you're writing to. That's what chapter 10 is. Um, let's see, you got test 4, and you got your project due. And I'm gonna try to definitely give you your project, but definitely before spring break. I try to give it to you probably about week 4. Haven't decided what it's gonna be yet, but it'll be around week 4. All right. Yeah, just doing some other work. Yeah, I don't know if I was. Yeah, I did. I'll get that back later. Don't know what that was. And God, I hope that's a new one. Okay, yeah, this is a new one. Okay, I'll put that up there. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I have my let's see, thingy, but I have my door schedule here. Like I said, it has all my information up here at the top. If you want to come on my office, so you want to know if you want to have my office hours. You see, I have office hours right there. Yeah, usually between sometimes on Monday and Wednesday. Sometimes I do travel out of to some of the other campuses, so I may not actually get back at 4 o'clock. But I try to do to get back and probably stay just a little bit later. But yeah, don't like I said, when I get back at 5:30, 5 o'clock, at 5:30, we'll have our live session. So, and like I said, I have it on there. So if you want to come by my office, you know, for some help, or whatever, you'll have all of the information right here. So you don't come down here and waste the trip. All right. Yeah. Also, you have the student data files in here. Also talked about before. Yeah, I mentioned. I think I know last. I had you guys use the validator. Like I said, the reason why we use the validator is because HTML is such a loose language that they needed to find a way to actually standardize the language. So they came up with W3C came up with some rules, and the validator checks to make sure your HTML follows those rules. All right, because I mean, when in HTML, like I said, because it's so loose, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it, and it'll still work. You know, and can I use? Yeah, so this mainly counts toward. It has deals with a little bit of JavaScript, But this is the website. If you want a lot of browsers, some um, some codes or some elements you cannot use in certain web browsers. So this website here will actually tell you if your tag you're trying to use actually works in certain web browsers. Um, I know it has a lot of CSS3 in here. Okay, yes, there you go. So it actually, so it does have JavaScript in here. Yeah, the doc strip. Yeah, so let you know, yeah, it does work. So like I said, it's in most of the web browsers. Where I can see this document dot execute command. Yeah, pretty much all of them, except for the web browser that most people don't use. Ooh, Badu. Um, so yes, like I said, it's really good. A really nice, handy website to have. So you can actually refer back to. And there's a couple of other ones I'm gonna refer back to here as well. The Java W3C. I think some of you probably used it during the doing HTML. They also have a source on there for JavaScript, and I'll put that on there as well because it's a really good resource. And the fact they do have the try it yourself mode in there, we can actually go in there, typing in there, and actually see it. Um, See, I want to say compile. Yeah, I don't want to say necessarily compile, but actually see it actually work on the side there. Yeah, book companion website. Yeah, I put that on there. But basically, your book came with a quote unquote code. That basically gives you access to the information that's actually on the book website, and it's really not that much at all. Still have student data files. Um, I don't have them here either. Yeah, I put them up there. Wow. So I have the student data files in there because there are, in some cases, you'll have some assignments that may need some data files that, especially I know there's one of them, I think like 2 or 3 assignments you'll need some images for, or some particular images, and those are a part of the data files. So I'll go ahead and actually upload those a little bit later once I get finished with this. But this again, so like I said, this just gives you have the data files in there. Like I said, most of them is a lot of images. There you go. I have a thing linked to W3C School. There you go. Yeah, but just remind you. Yeah, so right here, I want to show you. This is what your first assignment is, or when your first assignment is. So you, like I said, it's your home HTML review. All of this stuff you should have learned in 226. All right. So he's talking about doing your writing, putting your name on there, spitting, the thing in there, making they're having a heading, making under this a table, embedded style sheet, stuff like that, images with hyperlinks. So all this, like I said, you have seen before and you have studied before. So it should be no big of a deal, hopefully. But yeah, going back to, and I'll actually make a direct link to W3C schools. Actually, with the JavaScript over here on the side, you can see it has Learn JavaScript. That's pretty much their little JavaScript tutorial, and it takes you down by each element that they have in JavaScript. It's a very, very good tool. As you can see here, yeah, I talked about the where to say output. Yeah. So right here, like I said, it has try it yourself. So it actually allows you to you try it yourself. You can actually come over here, you see the code, and then over on this side, it actually compiles your actual result over here on the side. So it's a very good tool you can use. So you can actually check to see if you're actually doing. You want to check to see if your code is actually coming out right. So highly recommend it. All right. Yeah, don't freak out. This is talks about, yeah, most of the stuff talks about stuff you guys have already talked about. It's definitely in Java ends in 168. Talking about how pretty much thinking about how you're going to solve the problem with the program, understanding input output. With talking about the control functions, like loops and so forth, loops, if statements, stuff like that. Let's say we're talking about some of the data types that I have in here. But like I said, looks like a lot of information, but a lot of this stuff you guys have already come across already in Java. So it's not that bad. Right, so what I'm gonna do actually is, because you guys don't have we don't have, I would say, time on the actual official class day this week, and you have homework due on chapter 8 or on the 8th on chapter 1. What I'll do is I'll do another video, and that's on chapter 1, so it gets you guys prepared to actually do your homework for chapter 1. All right. And I'll put it up here on the website, so you guys can actually get access to it. I'm trying to put it. I may put it on YouTube, or I may try to use the some of the. I think I may be able to use on here. I think on D12, but I think I may have more space. I think in YouTube. So that is it for me right now for the introduction. Hopefully, I covered all of the stuff that I need to cover. If I haven't, definitely send me an email. And let me know, hey, you forgot to mention blah blah blah. Definitely just let me know. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, we have to do that. Yeah, so, but yeah, like I said, I'll do a video on chapter 1 to get you guys ready to do your homework and stuff. Okay. Well, talk to you guys later. See you soon.